So in Red Sparrow, why did you decide to have the actors put on Russian accents rather than speaking their normal accents?
Well, a fair amount of the story takes place in Moscow. A fair amount of the characters are supposed to be Russian. And I think when one does a film like that, you have to make the sort of decision, are you going to do it all in a native language, like everybody's going to speak Russian and you have subtitles? Or do you confuse people and have an American speak with an American accent and an Englishman speak in an English accent and it's kind of all over the place? Or do we try and sort of even the playing field in terms of sound and use an accent? And that's what I decided to do. So we had a very subtle accent and we found references for everybody and they studied that.
How did Jennifer and Matthias get to grips with it?
Everybody did very well. I mean, even Joel, Joel's Australian and he was doing an American accent, but everybody did the accent. Jeremy did, Charlotte did, Joel, Matthias, Jen, everybody, but they all did very well with it.
This is the first time you've worked with Jennifer Lawrence since Hunger Games.
Yeah.
How has she changed as an actor and as a person?
Well, it's my fourth movie with her. I mean, so it's a bit of a difficult question because I've been working with her since she was about 20 years old, and she's 27 now. So it's been a fair amount of time, and I've seen her, grow up a fair amount. And so clearly, a person changes a fair amount between 20 and 27, but she's still the same Jen. And in terms of being an actress, I think the biggest change for us was just being completely out of the Hunger Games world and not dealing with Katniss anymore, and being able to work in a new world, deal with new themes, and deal with a completely different character and sort of push her into new territory. But her approach is exactly the same as it was when we worked together before.
Was it difficult to make the change from working together for so long on Hunger Games to a completely different world?
No, it was really easy to transition from Hunger Games to the world of Red Sparrow. Because we had done 3 movies in the same world with the same character, it was sort of a breath of fresh air to actually be able to go and do something completely different together.
Would you make another Hunger Games movie?
Another Hunger Games movie?
Yeah.
I would only make another Hunger Games film if everybody wanted to come back, and first and foremost if Suzanne Collins did it.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in doing it if somebody sort of just pulls a Hunger Games idea out of thin air, and Suzanne, who I think is the mastermind of the world and the stories and themes, if she's not involved, then I wouldn't be a part of it.
Have you spoken about it with Suzanne?
No.
Not at all?
No, I haven't spoken. I actually invited Suzanne to come see the premiere of Red Sparrow in the U.S., and I keep in contact with her. I like her a lot. But no, I haven't spoken to her about any Hunger Games sequels.
What about Jennifer? Has she mentioned it at all? Has she completely jumped out?
No, I think for now, you'd have to ask Jen, but I think everybody felt like, okay, we told that story. We did what we wanted to do. I think we all loved one another and loved making those movies, and so if the right thing came, again, from Suzanne, maybe people would revisit it, but I think right now everybody was sort of happy to kind of go off and do different things after having finished those stories.
It was recently 10 years since I Am Legend came out.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider doing a sequel?
Well, there was talk about doing a sequel or prequel or something right after the film came out because it was quite successful, and I was always a bit hesitant, honestly. Clearly, if you know the ending, at least of the theatrical version of the movie, it would be really difficult to come up with how to do a sequel without doing something really corny. So the other option was a prequel, but my feeling was that people went to go see that movie because it was about the last man on Earth, and people were intrigued by that idea. And so to do a prequel, you wouldn't be in that world at all, and it just didn't feel right to me. So yeah, not for me.
You've directed music videos from some of pop's biggest stars.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Janet Jackson, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest diva on set?
Who's the biggest diva? I mean, God, I have to say, honestly, I don't really have any horrible stories about people. I had a great experience working with people. I mean, it was a great time when I was doing videos. There was a fair amount of money to do really fun stuff, and people were really creative. And I got lucky, and I landed the opportunity to work with a bunch of really talented people, but also people that really liked the art form, and so they ended up being great collaborators. And so it's no horror stories there for me.
How did you get involved with Beyonce and Run This World? That was the song, wasn't it?
Well, I actually, my relationship with her started a long time ago. I'd done a series of videos actually for Wyclef Jean, and the original foursome of Destiny's Child, when Beyonce was 16 years old, did a cameo. And that was the first time I met her. And then I had done 2 videos for Destiny's Child over the years, and then she came back around. I had just finished shooting Water for Elephants, when that song came out, and she wanted me to do a video for her for that. And that was actually my last video. That's the last video I've ever done.
What was Beyonce like at age 14?
I didn't spend much time with her, but she was, she was very sweet. I mean, you could see that she was a star even at that age. I mean, the charisma she had, the talent she had, the voice she had, I mean, it was just incredible, and you could see it. At least I could see it instantly.
Will there be a Red Sparrow 2?
I don't know. I mean, we have to see whether or not people embrace the movie. If people like the movie and people go and it makes money, then I think we'd all love to do a sequel. You could definitely tell more stories with Dominica, and there's 2 other books that Jason Matthews has written that are already out. So I think we'd all love to do another one.